You mentioned Manchester United there, a team that maybe don't need five substitutions due to players overexerting themselves. I mean, it was another draw yesterday with Leicester, and I think they were fortunate to get even that. I mean, what are your thoughts on Man United? We'll dissect the game a little bit more throughout the show, but what are your thoughts on just the more malaise they're happening at Old Trafford?
Man United players, what is wrong with you? As a squad, what is your problem? I was watching Fernandes doing something yesterday. They're trying to do the press. Now, I didn't like the setup by Ranić yesterday. I thought it was completely ridiculous to even consider Pogba as a sort of false. We wasn't sure if it's going to be Fernandes or Pogba down the middle, but they sort of alternated in that position. But I'm watching them press, and Fernandes is waving players to join him in the press. Now, them players, the time they get there, it's too late. Okay, so the press is not even close to be working. They're stepping off. They are doing so much wrong in performance. I'm looking at individuals. Sancho didn't have a clue what he was doing yesterday. Elanga, likewise, and others, many, many others in the team. Ralph Rangnick is the perfect manager for Manchester United's players because he's diplomatic, he's pragmatic, and he's quietly spoken.
Is he too nice?
Well, he may be. I don't know him. Mm-hmm. But what I do see, he's made some pretty, ruthless decisions. There's a few questionable ones at times. But he feels like the perfect storm for them because I'm watching that team and thinking, hairdryer treatment. Every one of them needs a hairdryer treatment at Man United at the moment. Because if you think that's that level of the standard required to play for Man United, that is not it yesterday. They totally got away with yesterday's performance. And I'm watching the game and thinking, as the game was wearing on, I'm thinking, no one's really taken responsibility. And the ones that are the senior players. Their oldest player, 37, is their top goal scorer. Now, okay, he's always got goals, Ronaldo, for his career.
That's still embarrassing, that is, for me.
Well, it's weird because I'm thinking I'm waiting for Sancho. If he keeps dancing over the ball and doing what Sir Maximin does, but Sir Maximin has way more purpose than Sancho.
Penetration there with you.
You've got to have purpose when you go and then do a simple pass sideways.
Well, I heard Gabby Bonoho yesterday talking with Hugh Wozencroft on their show yesterday evening about Sancho, and Gabby was saying similar. He was saying he gets the ball, he does a half step over, another step over, and then passes off. And it's a combination that he was saying that it's a lack of confidence, but he was saying as a wide player, you have to take on your guy, even if you lose the ball.
Yeah.
Even if you get tackled or lose the ball, take on your guy. He's not doing that. I think talent-wise, he's got an abundance. We saw it at Dortmund.
No, exactly.
He's not a poor player, but for some reason, he's just not, whether he's not even told to not do it, or he just thinks, nah, I don't fancy it. For whatever reason, he's just choosing the safe option. Is that just purely confidence, or is that a system problem, a tactical problem?
I think. Look, when you go into dressing rooms, and I've been in a few, and when you get to a dressing room where there's senior pros in there, and the very good clubs, and the clubs that have been really successful. So if you walked into a dressing room at Man United in the mid-90s, you'd have walked into some big names, okay? But they were nurturing you. They set the standard. And if you didn't even get close to it, you wouldn't be in the first team. So Alex would never have allowed it. You had to come in and shine. You had to have purpose in your play. Take responsibility. You're wearing the shirt of Man United, okay? That in itself is a huge demand. So when you're given that opportunity, it feels like now the senior pros at Man United, some of them, well, future's elsewhere. The grass is greener. The grass is greener at Man United in world football. It's one of the biggest clubs in the world. And I find the whole scenario laughable. They need to take a good look at themselves, that squad, because, yes, we can point the finger at manager. And, look, the closing down thing's another issue because Ranić should have been doing this. How long has he been at the club now? 2.5, 3 months?
About three months.
Okay,
Yeah.
He's had enough training sessions for everybody to absolutely know that when you plan a game, you should know what you're doing. I knew after one game my responsibility when I played for Big Jack with Republic of Ireland. I knew when I joined Aston Villa that Graham Taylor was telling me what I'd have to do. I knew it pretty much in the second game. He gave me a rollicking after my second game for Villa. I played at Derby, got given man of the match, okay? We won 1-0. I played really well, got man of the match. And the second game was QPR. He's had a go at me after my second game. He's nipped it in the bud immediately, saying to me, I've just paid 1.2 million for you. What was you doing out there? I don't want Cascarino that thinks he's a player now because I've spent 1.2 million. I want Cascarino who played up front with Millwall and played with a lot of intent and purpose. So he's gone for me after my second game. Now, players in that Man United team have probably had 20 games and plus when no one's had a go at them. No, it feels like that. I don't know. I've not been in the dressing room. But it feels like everyone seems to be doing they're all looking for a lifeboat. That lifeboat to get out of the club or a lifeboat to save their own career. Because some of them, you mentioned Sancho. Sancho to me has been so disappointing because he's been on the fringes of too many games.
I can see him going back to Dortmund. I can see.
Well, wherever he goes,
I can see him going back to Dortmund. I can't see his future long term at this rate being at United.